Taiwan has slammed Yunus for his one China remarks in Beijing. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Taiwan issued a statement. They say, "We solemnly refute the following content regarding the joint statement between the People's Republic of China and the People's Republic of Bangladesh that undermines our country's sovereignty." This is the big breaking news that's coming in, viewers, and I just want to say that after Yunus has made shocking and very disturbing comments on the northeast in India, now he has also upset Taiwan and their sovereignty. Taiwan has now come forward with a very as a nation and said that they sternly rebut the joint statement that has been issued. I want to go across to senior executive editor Abhishek Kapoor, who's joining us live on the story. Abhishek, Taiwan is a nation that's under threat, it seems, from an autocratic regime. I think Yunus's statement is extremely twisted, as so the kind of words he said against India today that are going to be debated at 9 p.m. by Arnab. But this is the big breaking news coming in. It's quite surprising that Yunus is trying to play fiddle to a big bully Beijing here.
Perhaps, not surprising, Rhythm, given the weak position that Mohammad Yunus comes from. And the lack of mandate that he has, it gets reflected in the wobbliness with which he approaches the whole thing. And like in the case of Northeast, so in the case of Taiwan, Yunus, who's not very literate when it comes to foreign policy, has really bitten more than he can chew. Obviously, the overhang of a major power like China must have really weighed on his mind, and that's why he has made the kind of comments he has. In the case of India, of course, he's trying to, play the China card, and in the latter, obviously trying to please Beijing and in the presence of Xi Jinping, and that's why this joint statement really not liked by Taiwan. Yunus forgets that he would be annoying one more power in this great game, which is the United States, because for the United States, they do not believe in the kind of one China principle which Yunus and his statement with China, in this case, bats for. So obviously, in one visit to Beijing, Mohammad Yunus has sort of created more troubles for him. And remember, in the case of India, while as of now we are maintaining a studied silence, remember, just in a couple of days from now, it's likely that Yunus would be bumping into Prime Minister Modi on the sidelines of the BIMSTEC summit that takes place in Thailand, and for him to be making these kind of unthought remarks and comments does not make up for any momentum going into that meeting of BIMSTEC, where perhaps he might have some kind of a dialogue with Prime Minister Modi.
I think there are two things that also, Abhishek, need to be said, and I want to get your views on this. First, there was no high official who actually came to receive him. There was no guard of honor that was given. It shows how China actually treats someone like Yunus. And then the second point, when Bangladesh welcomes China to participate in certain projects, they forget that Taiwan is an autonomous, independent country, and these kind of statements are trying to put them under threat from a very autocratic regime.
Well, obviously, and the Chinese can do that even with the likes of Antony Blinken. He was never given a red carpet. So if the Chinese can really cock a snook and look in the eye of the Americans, Bangladesh essentially has to be said. I mean, it's not diplomacies, but has to be said that it's a pygmy sort of for the Chinese to be indulging in. If at all they indulge with Bangladesh, it would only be to sort of show India that they are present in India's backyard. Maybe that might also not happen given the kind of thaw and the calming of tempers that has happened between New Delhi and Beijing, Rhythm. But this comment that Yunus has made on India and the joint statement on one China policy, which is Bangladesh endorsing China's one China policy, essentially shows the kind of naivete and the lack of understanding with which the Mohammad Yunus regime is approaching the traditional Bangladesh foreign policy.
All right, thank you, Abhishek, for giving us those details. And viewers, as we continue the focus on this top story, we'll also tell you that Mohammad Yunus today has made shocking comments taking the Sharjeel Imam approach when he says China must invest in Bangladesh to blackmail India. He further stated India's northeast has no access to the ocean. Factually incorrect, but also take a listen to very disturbing comments coming in from Bangladesh's present head, Mohammad Yunus.
7 states of India, eastern part of India, called Seven Sisters. They are landlocked country, landlocked region of India. They have no way to reach out to the ocean. We are the only guardian of the ocean for all this region. So this opens up a huge possibility. So this could be an extension of the Chinese economy. Build things, produce things, market things, bring things to China, bring it out to the whole rest of the world.